English Premier League match of the week. Of course, in the 30th edition of the English Premier League, we have a team that's 3-0 in the table for a perfect 3 goals scored and 0 conceded. This is a good week, I believe, for Tottenham to finally drop points. 3-1 or 3-1-0 is a perfect sequence. It is Kane that is Jamachi 31. So Tottenham to drop points against Crystal Palace. If Crystal Palace scores, they have 3 goals scored and 5 conceded. This is Jamachi of Tottenham. If the game ends in a 1-1 draw, it'd be 3 goals scored and 6 conceded. Hotspur has Jamachi of 36. So I believe this is the week that Tottenham drop points. Watford. Tottenham went 3 for 3 when they won against Watford last week because Watford has Jamachi of 33. So Watford FC, I believe Son's goal came in the 42nd minute of last week. It shows you how scripted the Premier League is. Check out the game. The goal was scored in the 42nd minute. It shows you how rigged it is. I've showed you how rigged some of these matches are, just absolutely, completely scripted. And I think in the 30th edition of the Premier League, you're going to see a lot of 3-1-0. In Ronaldo's debut, Man United are going to win because you have to hype these guys up that, they're going to win the league this year. It'd be 3 wins in the first 4 matches. It is Magpies as Jamachi of 34, Ronaldo as Jamachi of 34. Juventus are coming off the game against Empoli. Empoli as Jamachi of 34. And likewise, Liverpool is also going to get a win this week. Liverpool will defeat Leeds 3-1-0. They're going to be 3 wins, 0 losses. Jurgen's Jamachi of 30. Romelu as Jamachi of 30. Chelsea's going to be 3-1-0. And Newcastle as Jamachi of 30. Man United will be 3-1-0. And this is, after an international break, is a time where teams typically win coming off of a break. And likewise, Man City's going to have to keep up with the rest of the pack. 3-0-1, which is the gematria of Man City. Which is interesting because the next game for Leicester is going to be against Napoli in the Europa League. Napoli is Jamachi of 31. So, not going to be 3-1 for Leicester, but rather it's going to be 3-1 for Man City. And for Leicester, 2 wins in its first 4 matches. 2-2, the win-loss record is going to be. Because in English gematria, Napoli in English has Jamachi of 22. And so that's the next game for Leicester. So Leicester are going to lose with 2 wins in its first 4 matches. I want to say that it's Foxes that has Jamachi of 24. So, perfect sequence. Because Man City is also competing for the Champions League, and that's the gematria of Russia, which is where the finals can be played at. So, Tottenham to drop points. West Ham to drop points this week, too, before facing off against Manchester United. I believe they remain at 7 points before they face off against Ronaldo. I may go with a loss. After losing after dropping points at least to Southampton, that's something to look out for. Southampton, if we're talking about, put in a good performance against Man United and scored some goals against Newcastle. So I think this is a good opportunity for Southampton to pick up points right before Man City. I have Southampton getting a result. I don't know about a win. Gotta see what calculation lines up there. Okay, there's like one more game. I know it's Arsenal and Norwich. Is this going to be it for Mikel Arteta? It'd be quite an upset if they lose Norwich City. If they lose to Norwich City. if Arsenal is sitting in relegation, it would be quite the feat. When has Arsenal ever lost its first four matches of the season? That'd be pretty remarkable if it does happen. A draw would mean that Arsenal has too much of 70. Now, Arsenal are bound to score a goal in this game. If it's completely set up for Arsenal to score a goal, then I agree. Then they'll be able to score a goal. 200th match for Daniel Farke. Is this 200th match going to be something special? And we may want to examine the gematria of Mikel Arteta. 115 and 43. So not at 117, not at 118. Let's see if Arteta has a middle initial. I mean, but he is complete crap. Mikel Arteta. Completely battered against Man City. Norwich, what do we get? Norwich is 90 and 45. 45 wins right after, the last. Well, their 46 game against West Brom, but 90 matches in, it's really going to be the end of Arsenal very, very, very soon. Now, I know Norwich City has too much of 66. What is it? Yeah, 66 losses. I think the timing is great with the perfect narrative of a potential sacking of Mikel Arteta. I mean, a draw would mean that, yes, Mikel Arteta will lose his job. I mean, what if Arsenal lose 3 out of the first 4 matches because it's, what is it? Arsenal FC has too much of 34. And Arsenal are in this this Netflix documentary. So you check out the draws and losses. Arteta's at 44 matches that he hasn't won, and this could potentially be 45. I mean, even a draw will get this guy sacked. Because don't forget that all by itself, that's Norwich, that's Gematria 45, and it would be the 45th match that he doesn't win, Mikel Arteta. And then this just lines up with 70 draws. So, may not lose against Norwich, but I can totally see a draw. And Daniel Farke has Gematria 50, and Arsenal just lost 5-0 to Manchester City. Daniel Farke has Gematria 86. He has 86 wins. Daniel Farke is also Gematria of the Gunners. Now, Daniel has Gematria 45 and 27. So definitely the 45th match that he's not going to win. So draw and loss included. And then I do believe that Mikel Arteta is going to lose the match. So let me just go bold here and say that Norwich is going to win the match. And Mikel Arteta is going to be immediately sacked after the game. And these pundits are going to have something to talk about. And Arsenal are in relegation battle with Burnley, which means that Wolves will probably win against Watford this week. Wolves just came off the game against Man United, so Watford at 1-3 against Wolves. I want to go pick Wolves. So these are all my Premier League predictions of the week. I've got Liverpool and Man United and Chelsea winning, Manchester City winning, Leicester losing before Napoli, Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham dropping points. Arsenal in the relegation battle with Burnley right after losing to Norwich. Wow.